I did a page just for Ronnie because I don't have answers. And if you hear me crying or see me crying, I'm sorry, but I hope it. But he reached out to me because he was in the impression when he got the news, he was the one that put the article about that my son was found dead. But he was in the impression it was on a training accident, that it was training because it happens down south, you know. But based on what he's seen the page, that I was looking justice for my son and everything, and what everybody's been saying, is obviously that's not the case. So he asked me if I had the autopsy, and I told him, at first I didn't have it, then I finally got it, and I told him, he asked me, do you mind me telling him? I said, yes, I can tell you. My son was found dead in a drainage in base, okay? His cause of death is blunt head trauma.
Yeah. Blood force.
In back of the head. Accident, an injury, And I told him, I said, we can't talk much about the case because it's still open, it's still under investigation. I can only say so much, And he said, that's fine.
Do you know more?
It's still in the investigation. They're working with leads. They have leads that they're working on. But I can't talk much about it.
Oh yeah, no, I just mean but they are telling you more.
Yeah, they are. Okay. They are, but I can't really talk because they're working on it. Right. What I do know, because I've been trying to help too with them, is my son always wore glasses, and they can't find his glasses.
He has glasses.
So
he used contacts.
No, he never did. Also, he was found. They didn't put that in the paper, but he was found. They found him. They didn't put a lot of information because they still investigating. They didn't have a lot of information. But he was found in a drainage ditch. 200 feet it was away from
where he was last seen.
From where he was last seen. Okay, so my son was missing since the 31st of August. You know that long weekend, 18th. You know the long weekend that we had Labor Day? Okay. I didn't know he was missing until September 5th, that they called me to let me know, the coroner called me to let me know that my son was missing if my son was at my house with me. And he was stationed in Okinawa, Japan.
So I would be maybe asked
if he was with me, because I guess they were thinking, that he went AWOL or something, and they asked me if my son was depressed or anything, and my son was not depressed, he loved the Marine. And then they asked me for a picture of my son too, but I'm like, you have pictures of him, but okay, I still send pictures. So they found him the next day, on the 6th, they found him from the drainage ditch. That weekend, he was, I guess, on a get-together in base with other privates and a sergeant. And that's the same thing he missing.
What was his rank?
He was a private, but he was supposed to get promoted to Lance Corporal, and now he's a Lance Corporal.
Okay, so he was posthumously promoted?
Lance Corporal.
Okay.
Yeah, they did it October 6th, I think it was.
Yeah.
A month after he passed.
Mm-hmm. And he used to work at the post office. He was working at the post office in base.
Okay.
Also, yes.
Okay.
And
how long had he been in? When did he enlist?
It's only like 5 months he was in Okinawa.
He went in Okinawa.
In Okinawa, yeah. He just
prior to that he did his training and stuff.
Yeah, after his training, a couple of months after his training. And he didn't even make it a year in the Marines yet until now. No, was it last year? In November. He made a year in November.
Yeah, November.
He was gonna make a year that he was in the Marines, that he joined the Marines.
How old was he?
21. He's 22. Well, he turned 22, but he was 21. But he turned 22 this year. When he passed, he was 21.
February 13th.
1997. Right? That's why he said he wants to help me to bring justice to my son. He wanted to know more about him, how he was, and everything. And the thing is that they thought also that my son was drinking, went to drink, because supposedly when he left the room, he left with a 6-pack of beer. And when they said that, I said, my son don't drink beer like that. So you tell me he was with a Hennessy, I believe you, because he likes to drink that.
Beer, he probably brought it because he was going to like a get
when you do get together and they tell you bring something, they tell you bring something.
Yeah.
So
but he's not a beer drinker.
No, he's
and
not.
he didn't even have any alcohol in.
And they did the
aspect,
toxicology
yeah.
report, came out negative.
Yeah.
So that's why everything changed now. because they were assuming that he was drunk or whatever, but everything changed now. So they put a $5,000 reward flyer out there now for somebody to talk with an anonymous number if anybody's seen anything.
This is in Okinawa.
Okinawa, Japan. And they sent me the flyer because I told her, send me the flyer because I could share it on Facebook or anywhere, and anybody that probably is there or has family members in there, if they see that, they won't be scared and they will reach out. But for me, $5,000 is not enough. Nobody's going to talk $5,000. You got to put more.
That was my first.
Unless that's a lot of
Exactly.
money over there, I don't know.
Yeah, but
Maybe
no,
it's
it's,
different,
I don't
but-
know. For me, it's still not enough.
Yeah, true.
And it's like me and Cliff were talking. So I want justice for my son. I want justice to be served.
Can you
That's
tell me
what I
what you
want.
mean when you say you want justice?
I want justice because I know my son got killed.
I just want to know the truth.
I want to know the truth. I want to know what happened.